What's going on, everybody? GemMint here. Today I'm super excited. I get to unbox and review the Prime 1 Studio GRIFFITH Falcon of Light from the Berserk franchise. This is the exclusive that comes with the little bayonet. Before we get started, I want you guys to make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned to the end of the video because we do have a giveaway going on. Let's get this guy out the box. Alright, here you can see the two big boxes for GRIFFITH. You have the stylized red graphic on one side. You have the statue with that brightness, that yellow background with GRIFFITH on the other side. Brand of Sacrifice. The Berserk logo in Japanese on the top. Very nice boxes as usual. Let's start looking at box A first. Alright guys, the cape is heavy and it's huge. You've got this two-tone cape. It's white on the outside, purple on the inside. Very cool textures. You can see he's got the collar with the gold falcon feathers. Very nice. Here we have GRIFFITH's left hand holding his helmet. So that's going to be a switch out option for one of the arms here. Here we have the exclusive piece, the bellet, and I like how this one is not all the way formed like it is with Femto. This one is back rearranged. Very cool. It wouldn't be a Prime 1 statue without this huge base. I like how you have the remnants of the egg here. You have this rocky base with falcon feathers everywhere. Here's the bottom. All right, the second box has two layers. Let's go ahead and get the top layer off. Alright, so this layer has a ton of swords and pieces of feather that go into the base. It looks like swords of both his comrades and his enemies. We'll just take a look at a couple of these pieces. So here's GRIFFITH's sword. You know, he has that long, elegant sword. You can see he got his right hand over here with the guard, which is that gold falcon feather look. Very cool. These swords stick into the base so they're chopped off like that. But as you can see, very elegant looking swords. Good weight to these weapons. They look awesome. And like I said, you have these different feathers that stick into the base. Very well sculpted. The paint is very smooth. That kind of white with a tint of light blue. Cool. All right, so we have some falcons here. His huge head sculpt with his hair and the body for GRIFFITH. Wow, these things are so much bigger in person. They look great, so much detail. I love the wingspan and the colors on them. These three falcons look awesome. Now GRIFFITH's portrait looks kind of funny without the pieces of hair on the side of his head and on the top. I'm surprised the hair has this silver look more so than white. Let's see what he looks like with his hair on. Alright, so that looks way better. He's got the long kind of sideburns of hair coming out. He's got the hair on the top. It does move a little bit, so I'm going to be kind of careful with it. It should be fine once it's pegged in though. But you know, he's got that very graceful look, that very feminine look, but he's a warrior. Alright, so GRIFFITH's body, he's just standing straight up. So that's the one thing that I wasn't really in love with about this piece. But I think with all the falcons and with this cape, it'll end up looking good. A lot of nice details though. The armor looks awesome. He's got that feather theme throughout, and it's got like a medieval armor look to it. And then you have the band of the hawk crest, which goes on the base. So not the typical brand of sacrifice that we've seen. Man, that is a workout. So as you can see, I didn't get the DX version, which comes with another portrait with GRIFFITH with his helmet on, but that's okay. I really just wanted the exclusive that had the bellet. I have the same matching bellet for Femto, just that the face is arranged, so I'm cool with that. I didn't waste any time. I put GRIFFITH on the base, so let's start getting him together. Looks like they want us to put his sheath on first. Oh, actually, they want us to connect this strap first. So actually it has a little clip. It's supposed to clip on similar to like how jewelry does. Alright, so that was pretty challenging because you gotta key the sheath into his leg, you gotta key the belt into his hip, and then you have to lock those two pieces in. So alright, that's done. Let's see what is next. Now they want us to put the cape on, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so that went in nicely. Big key that goes into his back. That cape is nice. I like the texture a lot. Alright, cool. Coming together. Let's see what's next. So now we're going to put some feathers on the base. Alright, so those single feathers go in around his feet. And on the base there, we got those in. And now for these bigger pieces that go along the base. I mean, you really can just try to find the right keyhole. Like that looks like it's the right keyhole right there, I think. Alright, so I got the feathers into the base. I'm thinking I might have one that's not really correct. I can't really figure out what's wrong with it. But anyway, let's just move forward and let's get these swords pegged in. Let's see where these guys go. Alright, I'm still tripping on one feather here, but you know what? Let's just get them together and try to figure that out at the end. Alright, so let's go ahead and get his sword in his hand. Alright, that's gonna key in right there. Let's get his helmet hand right here. Let's get the head sculpt going on here. Alright, that assembly was no joke. There are so many little pieces that go into this base. As you can see, a ton of swords, a ton of feathers. You have these big falcons swooping around him. He looks amazing. Let's take a good 360 look, talk a little bit about Griffith. There are going to be some slight spoilers about Griffith ahead, so if you don't want to get spoiled, just skip through the little history part and come back for the review. Griffith is the main antagonist of the Berserk universe. He started off as the leader of a small mercenary group called the Band of the Hawk. They recruited warriors like Casca and Guts, who becomes the main character of this series. Griffith is a very ambitious commoner who has aspirations of one day running his own kingdom. They get the king's favor by pulling off seemingly impossible missions, but Griffith gets a little ahead of himself when he sleeps with the king's daughter. This causes him to be thrown into the dungeon, withered, frailed, tongue cut off, tendons cut, left for dead. Although Guts and Casca rescue Griffith, in his frail state, he uses the Behelit to summon the God Hand, the demon apostles, who give him unlimited power as the Dark Falcon Femto. As Femto, Griffith does some unspeakable acts, specifically to Casca, which shatters her mind for many years to come and becomes the ultimate embodiment of evil. Griffith then goes through another rebirth, incubating himself in the World Egg, which is a demon apostle version of a Behelit, and becomes Griffith the Falcon of Light. This is basically Griffith on God mode. He's successful in creating his own kingdom, which is kind of futuristic, based on supernatural powers. He reforms the Band of the Hawk with both humans and demon apostles working together. He even gets the immortal warrior Nosferatu Zod to kneel to him and act as his personal lapdog. This is the ultimate form of Griffith so far in the Berserk series, the Falcon of Light. 99% of the world he's a god, only a few know his true nature, like Guts and Casca. Alright guys, so a little bit of background on Griffith there. Now, my one little gripe with this statue initially, just from pictures, was his pose. I thought him just standing straight up and down looked a little bit boring. It wasn't even really a museum pose because he's just standing straight up. But once I assembled him and got him in person, I saw how dynamic all the feathers were flying around him, all the swords jabbed in, the three falcons flying around him with their wings outstretched, and with the motion of his cape. He definitely feels much more dynamic in person than I thought he was going to, just looking at the pictures. So looking at the concept, I like this kind of destroyed rock base. I like to think that this Behelit is the incubation egg, the world egg, from which he was reborn for the third time because of its size. You have some swords stuck in that as well. He's holding his sword, his long sword, which kind of complements him very well because that's the type of fighter he is. He's like a long, elegant weapon. He doesn't really look like he's going to do some damage, but he's a very skilled warrior. Especially in this form, like I said, he's almost godlike, if not so. So then you have these falcons flying around him. I really like how it gives the sense of movement, like they're circling around him. And he's just standing there very stoic, very powerful, like he knows that he is. As far as the piece itself, let's take a look at some measurements. The wing of this falcon is going to be the highest point, standing at just about 29 inches tall. The diameter of the base is about 13 inches, but with these swords poking out, really kind of pokes out about 19 inches. And the depth, you're looking at a little bit more than that diameter, about 14 inches. All right, looking at the sculpt, so much going on. You have the dedicated Berserk sub base that's going around the bottom. A lot of intricate details. I like that rusted kind of weather look that runs around the middle of these symbols. He has the Band of the Hawk logo there on the base, like I mentioned in the unboxing. The sculpted in details of all the feathers looks great. You have the line work, you have the motion, you have a lot of differences in each feather. It doesn't look like somebody just copied and pasted in ZBrush. They really took their time to sculpt out each feather, making them different sizes, kind of different flaws in each one of those. And they look really good. I like the texture on the bellet, the same as on the exclusive. You got that very egg-like texture on them. You have the jagged rocks that are sculpted in great. Moving up to Griffith himself. That cape, man, you have that bunched up look. I really almost thought this was mixed media from looking at pictures. You have that texture on both sides. I love the two-tone capes. I think that really pops. You have the white on the outside, that dark purple on the inside. It's very flowing, has movement to it. It looks great. Like I mentioned briefly when I was taking Griffith out of the box, you have that very medieval armor type of look to him. Something that you would see in like one of those life-size statues of armor. So you have very fine sculpted in work there. You have even like what looks like the pants underneath the armor. A lot of details going into his armor. It really makes him look like the leader of the Band of the Hawk with those wing type features in his gauntlets. What's funny is his hair looks very silver when you're holding it in your hand, but when it's up there against the armor and against the white, it really looks good. It looks very natural. It also does give him that godlike presence when he has that like almost impossible color hair. His face is very Griffith, very smooth, very delicate. Always gives me like a Vega from Street Fighter vibe, right? Like he's too beautiful to go into combat. And like I showed you guys up close, man, so much detail packed into these hawks or these falcons. They look real. They look so good. The paint job is great. They have like a yellow tinge to them, which really contrasts the colors of Griffith. His white cape, his silver armor, his kind of white, silver, shiny hair, and these yellow kind of falcons that are swarming around him. I'm really digging this statue. I want to hear what you guys think about it in the comments down below. As promised, here's some more details about the giveaway. Alright guys, like I said before, all you have to do to be eligible for these giveaways is be subscribed to the channel, leave a like on this video, and comment down below. Once we hit 92,500 subscribers, I'm going to pick a random video where I promote this giveaway, use a random YouTube comment generator to pick two winners. One winner is going to get the comic cover set, the other is going to get the show cover set. The first place winner picks which one they get. So make sure that you are subscribed, like, and comment below. Make sure you guys follow me over on Instagram where you can see all the pictures that I took of this statue, and also give me a follow on Twitter. You're going to see exclusive content that you don't see here on YouTube, so give your boy a follow over there. Appreciate you guys watching. Check out my other statue unboxings right here. Peace.